Alright guys, welcome back for another video. It's me, Which You Will. Today we are going to be starting chapter 2 of Case 20, A Deadly Game. Sergeant Will, a new letter was just dropped in your mailbox. Wait, Will, are you sure you want to open it? Whoever killed Steve Woods is clearly capable of anything. Who knows what's in this envelope? We've already received a finger, and we've found 2 others in various places. What if it's even worse this time? I don't know about you, Jones, but pull out that Glock. We're gonna open this thing. Of course, you're right. I know we must stay strong. We got to catch the killer. Well, we got a killer to catch and a victim to find. Let's open it then. Yep, get your Glock ready. The letter says, "You were so close, Sergeant Will. I'll give you another hint. Go to this address. You may find something or not." Oh, I hate being toyed with. Let's go there and bust this maniac, Will. Okay. Alright, this is the address the killer gave us. The door was even left open this time. There's no name on the mailbox, and no one's in there. I guess we better have a look around. Strange, I thought for sure the latest note would lead to another body part, but there's nothing. You're right, maybe it's in this medicine cabinet. Let's have a look. This bottle you found in the medicine cabinet doesn't look like any prescription bottle I've ever seen. The label is faded out. Can you decipher it, Will? Of course I can, Jones. Great, you deciphered the bottle's label. Formal. Exactly like what our killer used to preserve our victim's finger. We need to figure out who lives here, but how. What are you people doing in my loft? I'm calling the police. There's no need, sir. We are the police, and Sergeant Will would like to ask you a few questions. Well, wait. We need to talk to this Mr. McAllister, but I also think we should go back to the torture room ASAP and go over it with a fine-tooth comb. What would you rather start with? Let's talk to the creep first. He looks like he could be it for sure. Mr. McAllister, wait a second, are you related to Harper McAllister? Ah, I see you met my sibling. Hope you didn't get bitten, Sergeant. We haven't, yet. An anonymous letter led us to your loft, and Sergeant Will would like. I'm sorry, but I hardly find this surprising. With Harper living here, the sticky notes are a dime a dozen these days. Considering the fact that the notes have led us to various body parts, you'll allow us not to take your word for it. Where were you last night? Last night, I was right here, quietly celebrating my year's bonus with a little champagne and caviar alone. Celebrating your bonus with all of this? I almost forgot that we were in the financial area, Will. So Harper is Tyler's sister. I don't believe in coincidences, do you? It's time we talk to her again. But wait, if Harper lives here, It also means both her and her brother may have used that bottle of formula you found in the medicine cabinet. Let's write it down. Sergeant Will, I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Did you find something else of mine? Not exactly, Harper. Sergeant Will would like to know where you were last night. Oh, I think I went for a walk. I like the city at night. It calms me down. Then I came back and saw my naughty, selfish brother had partied without me. He always does that. It's so annoying. But I got my revenge. I ate all the caviar he had left. I like how the grains go pop against your palate, don't you? If I'm counting right, we just found our fourth finger. Will, you have to take a look at it without me. I don't think I can stand much more of this. Let's just get out of here as quickly as possible, okay? This metal sarcophagus thingy can go straight to the lab. And we can go back to the station to try and put this torn book cover back together. Same thing for this caviar spoon. I'm sure you'll be able to find fingerprints on it back at the station. How do I know this is a caviar spoon? Well, I did the dishwashing in the posh restaurant when I was a student. Those were the days. Good job, Will. Let's compare these fingerprints with our database to figure out who left this caviar spoon in the torture room. Good job piecing back the book cover you found in the torture room. The Human Burger Theory. This book caused a scandal a few months ago. It's about torture and cannibalism and contains some disturbing details. Nelson Campbell, the anthropologist who wrote it, has always denied having tested out the practice. Let's have a talk with him. I'm not gonna have enough stars for any of these things. I can't believe you managed to find so much as a hair in this jar, but I'm sure Grace will do wonders with it. The fingerprints on the caviar spoon belong to Jezebella. You're right, Will. That means she has been into the torture room. Despite what she said, let's go talk to her again. always a pleasure to see people interested in my research, Sergeant Will. What would you like to know exactly? Actually, we found a copy of your book in a place where we suspect a man was tortured and killed. Considering the controversy around your book, that controversy is preposterous. My book brought me fame and fortune. I get invited everywhere. I eat caviar every night. People get jealous. I did not need to torture or eat people to write a bestseller, Sergeant. Until you have some actual proof of my involvement in this sordid affair, I'll ask you to back off. Alright guys, time to get the results of the Iron Maiden and the Hitler, and let's talk to Jezebella. I analyzed the Iron Maiden you found in the torture room. Oh, so that's how that thing's called. For your information, Jones, an Iron Maiden is an old torture instrument. When a person is locked into it, the peaks that line the inside of the doors run through them and drain them of their blood. Like butchers do to tenderize the meat, you mean? Exactly like that. I was able to find some blood on the peaks that matches your victims. The Iron Maiden is definitely your murder weapon. So I analyzed the hairs you found in the jar containing the fourth finger. I did a microscope comparison with hairs taken from the fingers, and they do not match, which means that these hairs belong to your killer. The first thing I can tell you is that your killer has blonde hair. But it's not all. I used gas chromatography to analyze them, and I found a huge dose of sleeping pills in them. Which means that our killer takes sleeping pills. Not surprising considering what they do. Finally, let's talk to Jezebella. Mistress Jezebella, do you recognize the spoon? We found it in the torture room. The one you said you never gone to. Alright, I did go to that so-called torture room, but it was ages ago. I wanted to rent it for some of my most special events. As for the caviar spoon, of course I recognize it. We used them in our caviar goes to far parties. They're my favorite nights because they combine the two things I love the most, and one of them is caviar. What's the other? Are you sure you want to know now? Alright, thanks for sparing us the details, Mistress Jezebella. Well, I think we have enough, don't you? Sergeant Will, I was looking for you. Let me guess, we got another letter? How did you guess? Here you go, Sergeant Will. The letter is addressed to you. And I guess we'll figure that out in chapter 3, guys. So, I'll see you guys next time for chapter 3.